Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Welcome to all of you who have joined us from around the United States and around the world. My name is Tariq Al-Masidi. I'm the founding director of CelebrateMercy, and we want to welcome everyone who has joined in live. I am joining you here from the home of good friends of mine in the Princeton, New Jersey area, the home of Tariq and Humaira, mashallah, supporters of CelebrateMercy, and mashallah, they come to many CelebrateMercy programs as well. We also are surrounded by other supporters and volunteers and helpers and scholars. Sitting next to me here, I'll move the webcam just to show Shaykh Mendes as well.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing to be here.
Alhamdulillah. And we also are being joined by Shaykha Ieasha Prime. She's tuned in right now from New York. Oh, she's waving to everyone there, mashallah. And Ustadh Mahdy Amine, who is joining us also from the Bay Area in California. Ustadh Mahdy, do you want to wave to the crowd? I don't know if you're right next to your computer right now, but you can turn on your webcam. If not, that's okay. We'll have you a little bit later. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm going to share I have a few slides I wanted to show you before we start to choose the winners of the raffle. So let's go ahead and I'll share my slides. Bismillah. Okay, and let's see. All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me know in the chat room if you can see my slides. You should be able to. You can type in the chat room to confirm that you are seeing my first slide. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And you should also be seeing me on video as well. Good. So this is a live online raffle. We also have, some short talks by our esteemed teachers and guests. And as you know, CelebrateMercy teaches about the life and character of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you are seeing me on video on your screen, you can actually move the video to other parts of your screen if it's blocking the slides that you're seeing, inshallah. And we teach about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam through our programs and our campaigns. We do webinars, we do traveling events, we post on social media, we also do campaigns, and we do, as you know, Umrah trips and Jerusalem trips. And alhamdulillah, our work has reached hundreds of thousands of people. The programs have reached over 100,000 people around the world, online and in person. They've also been in many media stories. Some of the campaigns have been covered in the media. And that brings me to this, why we're here today. And this is because last week was Giving Tuesday in the United States. And Shaykh Mendes will talk a little bit about what Giving Tuesday is and the significance behind it. But Launch Good, which is a Muslim crowdfunding platform, was hosting a contest or a challenge on Giving Tuesday last week, where they were giving huge prizes to the Muslim organization that could raise the most money, but also the organization that could have the most donations or the most unique donors on Tuesday as well. And this was one of the flyers they were sending out, that they were giving out $100,000 in prizes last week. And as you can see here as well, they were not only, in the category of the most raised, they were giving $20,000 for first prize. In the category of most supporters, they were giving $20,000. There were other prizes for second, third, fourth, and so on. So this was a big deal that they had over 260 different organizations trying to fundraise on Giving Tuesday And we were one out of those 269 campaigns. So how did it end up? How were the results in the end? Alhamdulillah, in the very end, Celebrate Mercy won the first prize in the category of most raised. We actually raised in that 24 hours, we were able to raise $71,000. And just for some perspective here, when we looked at the numbers, we were raising so much that there was a donation on Celebrate Mercy's Launch Good page every 55 seconds. For 24 hours straight, there was a donation every 55 seconds. Some donations were $1, $3, $5, 5,000, up to 15,000. And the average donation was about $50. So there was a wide variety of donations. We actually ended up getting second place in the category of most supporters. So not only were there a lot of donations happening, big donations as well, there were a lot of people donating, and we ended up getting second place. We almost actually got first place in most supporters. In fact, in the very end, the gap between us and first place in that category was 2 supporters. Like literally there was this group in the UK had 2 more donations than we did. So we got very, very, very close to being first place in most supporters. But at the end of the day, you can only win 1 prize on Giving Tuesday. So we won that first place prize in most raised, alhamdulillah. Now, how did this all happen? This happened because of so many of you who are watching this webinar. So many of you recruited your friends, your family, maybe even people that are not your friends, to take out their credit cards and make a donation to Celebrate Mercy on Giving Tuesday. And many of you all were very excited because if you were successful in recruiting your friends, you had the opportunity to have your name put in a hat so that you could win potentially an Umrah trip, a trip to Jerusalem. You have the opportunity to win amazing other prizes like very expensive books and art pieces and whatnot. Now, we are giving away 2 Isra and Mi'raj Umrah trips in this raffle today. 2 trips. This is a big deal because these are pretty expensive trips, actually. And I think, that motivated a lot of people to want to get their name in the hat for the opportunity to potentially win the Isra and Mi'raj Umrah trip. So let me just show you some of these pictures here. These are pictures from last year's trip. And I have some friends watching. If you all want, actually, I can turn this around. I'm going to just turn, now you can see this screen. Is that good? Alhamdulillah. These are just some of the pictures from the trip last year where we had other teachers like Shaykha Ieasha Prime, Ustadh Mahdy Amine, Shaykh Mendes, Ustadh Hisham Mahmoud. We had Baraka Blue with us. It was a very, very blessed journey, alhamdulillah. And of course, we had local guides as well. So we went from Jordan to Jerusalem to Mecca to Medina. And we had a group of about 48 people, 1 bus. And inshallah, we're planning to do this again next year with more people, inshallah. And we're going to continue adding more trips to our schedule in subsequent years, inshallah, in future years, inshallah. So this was the trip that we went on. These are just some pictures. Some of you may know these attendees, some of from Princeton, and this is Shaykha Ieasha, powerful dua on the day of Isra and Mi'raj in front of the Dome of the Rock. And for those of you who haven't seen this, it's really an epic video. There's Shaykh Mendes there greeting the Black Stone. And you can go to this link, celebratemercy.com/highlights. This is still a draft. It's getting there. It's not the final version, but you can go and access this video to see highlights from the Isra and Mi'raj trip, inshallah, at this link. So you may want to take a picture of this or note it down, celebratemercy.com/highlights. And some of you who are interested, some of you are not going to be in the raffle today. You are not contestants. You're just joining because you're a general supporter of Celebrate Mercy. But if you're interested in next year's trip, this is the link to go to, celebratemercy.com/2020. And you can sign up to learn more and get more information about next year's trip or next year's trips, inshallah. So this was the general idea. In a nutshell, the way to qualify for this raffle was that you had to collect what we called points, and you had to collect 33 points. That was the initial goal, and then we reduced it to 24 later. And 24 points meant that you got your name in the hat, okay? How you got those points is you got one friend to simply donate $3. That simple. And we had a way of tracking, how many people were donating with, a unique link and whatnot. So essentially, every $3 donation meant from a friend meant you got 1 point. Okay. We have two different raffles today. We have a raffle that is going to be for our top 7 point collectors. So we had people who really excelled, mashallah, 7 individuals who really excelled and got the most points. The highest, I believe, Sister Ruqayya got 94.5 points. And there was a way to get, half a point if people donated more than $3. There was a way to multiply your points sometimes if some of your friends gave very large donations. So this is the first raffle for the top 7 point collectors, okay? And there's going to be 7 prizes for those top 7. So they have the opportunity to have a much better chance of winning a big prize by ending up in the top 7 in terms of the number of points. Okay, you can see these are really very nice prizes, mashallah, that we'll show you some pictures of. Okay, then we're going to have a second raffle for 25. It's actually going to be 26, not 25. 26 prizes for those who got 24 or more points. Okay, so there's a small raffle for the top 7. Then there's a large raffle for everyone. Okay, that's how you can think about it. And those who qualified for the big raffle, they will get one of these multiple trips, including one of these Umrah trips, including a Jerusalem only trip, and other prizes as well. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. We have a small raffle for the top 7, and we have a large raffle for everyone who qualified, who got those 24 plus points, inshallah. Now, before I move on, I'm going to now invite Ustadh Mahdy Amine to say a few words. He is someone that is very beloved to me as a Tuna College graduate. He's a well-known traveling teacher across the United States. And inshallah, I will be, Ustadh, maybe Hasna, if you can activate his microphone and video. He will tell us a little bit about his experience joining our trip last year. And then we will also have him, choose the first couple of prizes when he's done speaking, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Jazakallah khair, Sayyidi Tariq. May Allah bless you and use you gently, inshallah, to elevate humanity and elevate the ummah. Everyone say Ameen. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Mendes, and Assalamu alaikum, Shaykha Ieasha. Blessed to just say your names and looking forward to being in your company, inshallah. May Allah continue to bless our teachers and our scholars, inshallah. And may Allah bear witness of this moment that everyone here, all the volunteers and all the attendees on this call, may this be a moment that pleases Allah for all of us coming together for one purpose and one purpose only. And by the way, you're already winners. Whether your name gets chosen from the hat or not, you're already winners, inshallah. Inshallah. Because just by virtue of being here, by turning to God in an increasingly godless world, congratulations and mabruk, you've been chosen. And by turning to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this world, you are already winners. And may Allah gather all of us in the company of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the next life and in the highest levels of paradise. Ameen. So thank you, Celebrate Mercy, and thank you to the volunteers. And thank you, Tariq al-Masidi, for not sleeping for more than 40 hours. Reminds me of Urturul and all of those who struggle and strive, the people, the men and women of God. that carried this religion for generations to carry it forward. And that's what your act reminded me on Giving Tuesday. So may Allah bless you and your family, inshallah. So I was blessed to be on the trip last year with our teachers, and it was an incredible experience. Inshallah, I'm going this year again with my mother, inshallah, and I'm very looking forward to that. And it was in so many ways it was exceeded expectations. The trip to Jerusalem and Palestine was incredible, because you're standing and they're like, okay, that's the home of Ali Imran. And you're like, Ali Imran, the one I like read about, like in the Quran? They're like, yeah. You're like, oh, okay. And then they're like, that's the mihrab of Sayyida Maryam. You're like, you mean like the mihrab that we read about in the Quran, like hunalika da'a Zakaria rabbahu, like the place where she had the rizq from God and the provisions, and Zakaria, like that, like yeah, that's it right there. You're like, oh wow, and this is where Imam al-Ghazali stayed, and this is where he wrote this treatise. You're like, in this room, like yeah, oh okay, and this is where the Buraq ascended. Really? Okay, so it was a phenomenal trip. And then going to Jordan, incredible experience as well. And of course Mecca and Medina, all of it was spectacular. It was well orchestrated, well planned, and I'm grateful. One of the special things about Celebrate Mercy is these like hands-on activities that Tariq and his team creatively conduct. And one of them was when we went up to the mountain of Ghar Hira, he gave everyone a garbage bag and he said, on your way down, fill it up. It's like beautiful. And when we walked through the marketplace, we sang salawats out loud and inspired and elevated everyone. They're like, who are these people? Oh, they're from like America and the UK and from Canada, and they're doing salawats in the street. Wow. And then we took candy and we threw it in the air on the day celebrating Isra wal Mi'raj to children. And so these ideas that really touched people, inshallah. And we ask Allah to put barakah and blessing and sincerity in all of these efforts, inshallah. Say Ameen. So Tariq, and under your instruction, if you want, I have 7 names written here in the special kufi. If it qualifies as a hat, let me know what the instructions are.
Excellent. Jazakallah khair. So what we're going to do, let me just share, your webcam will remain on, Ustadh Mahdy. I'm going to share my PowerPoint here. Okay. You should be seeing the slides now. And inshallah, the first 2 prizes are going to be the newly published Shama'il books. And this is kind of new information to a lot of people, but the Imam Ghazali Institute has recently completed a new edition of the Shama'il al-Muhammadiyya. And subhanAllah, we have partnered with them in terms of distribution. So they actually requested Celebrate Mercy to be the exclusive distributor of this book in the United States. It's a pretty big deal. This is a book many of you all may know of, compiled 415, compilation of 415 ahadith about the Prophet ﷺ's persona, beauty. And this book is it's a hardback book. It's the best English version out there. It has nearly 1,000 footnotes. It's amazing. And these are just like the ihsan that they put into how they put this together, mashallah. And the cover of the book is the cloth that covers the burial chamber of the Prophet ﷺ, the maqam of the Prophet ﷺ in Medina. That's the design you see there. And these are where the footnotes are, as around the book, on the borders. There's, it's amazing. It's amazing. So this picture here is the leather-bound book. It's a book that the retail cost of this leather-bound edition is $60. And so for our top 7, we're going to be selecting a couple of names here that will get this leather-bound edition for the book. And for those who are interested in receiving this book, It's actually currently being printed in Turkey right now, this month. We're going to be receiving it at Celebrate Mercy in January. And for the people that that became monthly donors on our Launch Good page or donated $100, they will receive the first batch of the printed books that we receive in January. But you can also, if you want, you can go to theshamail.com. If you don't want to get it as a gift for donating, you can actually pre-order it here, inshallah, and it will be shipped out to you by January, inshallah. All right, so that said, Hasna, if you can go ahead and share the spreadsheet, Hasna will show the names of all of our contestants here. Awesome. Okay, and the ones that are in green there, the ones in green are the top 7, the people who got the top 7 point receivers, or these are the top 7. And on the upper left, you see 2 leather shama'il. So Ustadh Mahdy, you can go ahead and select the name number 1 out of the hat. Maybe you can do a salawat as you choose it,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you is the video working properly?
Yes, we see you.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah.
Hasna, you can show him on full screen as well.
Muhammad. Are we ready?
Yes.
My video is frozen. Are you guys able to see me properly?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you moving.
Okay. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wow. Allah, remember, you're already winners. Everyone's already a winner. Allahumma khir lana wa khtar lana. My teacher taught me an abbreviated istikhara. May Allah choose for us what's best for us. Allahumma khir lana wa khtar lana. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Can you see the hat? I don't know what you're seeing. My video is a little frozen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Bismillah, Bismillah. Bismillah, Allahumma salli wa barik alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. Bismillah, Allahumma khir lana wa khtar lana. I'm a little nervous. Here we go. Bismillah, number 1. Ruqayya Hassan.
MashaAllah. Ruqayya Hassan.
Mubarak, inshallah. Mubarak.
Great.
Mubarak, Mubarak, Mubarak.
Congratulations to Sister Ruqayya. She actually got 94.5 points, more than anyone else. She was the top point getter, mashallah, or point collector, I guess you could say. And Ustadh Mahdy, you can go ahead and also select number 2 as well.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma khir lana wa khtar lana. May Allah choose for us what's best for us. Ya Habibi, Ya Rasulullah. Number 2. Jamila Aintrazi.
Sister Jamila, mashallah. So they are the first 2 to receive prizes in the raffle. Jazakallah. She was actually, I think, in 3rd place. She got the 3rd most points in the group, mashallah. So Ustadh Mahdy, you can go ahead and select a 3rd as well. Actually, you can actually go ahead and select 2 more, because the next
3rd and 4th,
the 3-foot tall wooden sandals, and we'll show pictures of that a little bit later. These retail,
okay, number 3,
these retail for
Sean Wali, and number 4, Rabia Beg.
MashaAllah. So that is excellent. So Jazakumullah khair. Those wooden sandals retail for about $400. And Ustadh Mahdy, thank you so much for joining us on this webinar, for your inspiring words, and please keep us in your dua, inshallah. We're going to actually pass on the mic to Shaykha Ieasha now. She's going to select the next 3 names. She has her own hat. I don't know what it looks like, but she has a hat that is going to have the other 3 names in it, inshallah. So
I just want to say one thing to Ruqayya. You were the first, you were the top of the list, and you were the first number chosen. Remember that. MashaAllah, Mubarak.
Alhamdulillah. So for those who also, from the top 7, remember that your name will also be in the raffle for the big raffle. So, and your prize may get an upgrade. Your prize may get an upgrade. So just keep that in mind, okay? Hasna, if we can go ahead and turn on Shaykha Ieasha's mic and webcam, we are ready to have her join us, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam.
So I actually don't have a hat.
Okay.
I have a gift bag, very fitting of gifts. Don't have a hat, but I'm ready.
Okay, so this next piece is, let me actually show real quick, Shaykha Ieasha. I'm going to show the picture of what you're about to select here. Okay. All right. This is, these are pictures of those wooden sandals that
Oh, wow.
2 people just won. Okay.
That's amazing.
People's home. This is obviously the outline of the bottom of the Prophet's sandal, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Very famous symbol of love for the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these sell usually for $400, but 2 people just won them. And what Shaykha Ieasha is about to choose is one person to win a piece by a hand by Haji Nuruddin of the sandal of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And these were generously donated to us by the Deen Arts Foundation. They donated a few of these, mashallah, for this raffle, and also for our donors, because some donors receive them as gifts. This is a little bit of information about the Deen Arts Foundation. And now, Hasna, you can go back to the spreadsheet to show the names of the contestants, inshallah. And Shaykha Ieasha, you can go ahead and select the winner of the Haji Nuruddin piece.
Okay, Bismillah. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad. I feel nervous. Gotta make sure I mix them up good. Bismillah. Sayyidi Mahdi said we're all winners. Bismillah, let's see. Wow, Rakaya Hassan again.
Well, they can only win one prize, so you may need to. We need to select a different person now.
Oh, a different person. Oh, I was gonna say she's always amongst the awwaleen. Subhanallah, Allah has chosen her to always be from the awwaleen.
That's right. Subhanallah.
Okay, let's see. Wow, these people they keep winning. Hold on, let's see. Yusra Kandil.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
Oh,
congratulations.
Okay. Shaykh Mendes is saying she's local from the Princeton area.
Oh, MashaAllah. Congratulations, Yusra.
Congratulations. Now, Shaykha Ieasha, you can select a winner of a conference trip. And what this means is that when Celebrate Mercy does a conference, let's say in Jersey or Florida or somewhere, this is a fully paid trip to a domestic, basically a US-based conference that we host here in the United States.
Okay.
And so this is a big deal. And so when you pick this name, you know, we're already going to know who's going to win the Umrah trip as well. So if you want, Shaykha Ieasha, you can also remove any duplicates that have already been chosen. So there should only be 2 names in the bag left, basically. So. Okay. Maybe you can remove.
Those who won are Jamila Aintrizi, Rabia Bey, Rukaya. Okay, I'm ready.
So the only 2 names that are left, I believe, are Fedwa Silmi and Rashda Chaudhry.
Rashda Chaudhry. Okay, here we go. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam
ala Rasulillah. This is for the conference trip.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Du'as. Rashda Chaudhry.
Wow. Subhanallah. That means we know who has won the Umrah trip. Subhanallah.
Yes, that's the last and final name.
Yeah, we have to have a final name here.
Yes, the last and final name. The winner of the Umrah trip is Fadwa Silmi. Alhamdulillah.
Wow. And I have to share something with you guys. That we had some duplicate points that we had to verify for a few days. That's why the raffles the next week is we had to verify a bunch of duplicate points to make sure those were with unique credit cards. She wasn't initially in the top 7 until yesterday.
Subhanallah.
So she actually jumped over a couple people. She made it into the top 7. And just yesterday, she messaged the entire group on the WhatsApp group saying, I don't know if I'm going to win, but I had a dream that gives me pleasure. Like, even if I don't win, I had this beautiful dream that someone brought the black stone to my house.
Allahu Akbar.
And she didn't even know that she had entered the top 7.
Allahu Akbar.
She said this dream, she said, even if I lose, this dream is a consolation for me. And look what just happened.
Allahu Akbar.
This wasn't true dreams. Yeah, this wasn't planned. Subhanallah. If it's meant to be, you're invited. And subhanallah, I believe Ustadh Fadwa, she's a teacher actually in the Bay Area. She's from Palestine as well.
Subhanallah.
So amazing. And Shaykha Ieasha, just before we move on, we would love you to share, some words, any words for the contestants in general, and maybe about your experience last year, just parting words for our group here that's joining, because we're really honored to have you coming on the trip next year as well with us, alhamdulillah. And this time she's coming for the entire trip, so we're even more excited about that too.
So, Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad. This is, all of you are winners because you won something that connects you back to the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Whether it's that which are his words and the explanation and the meaning of that, or whether it's the sandals of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, or the replica of the sandals in order to remind you of him, or whether it's this beautiful Islamic calligraphy. All of these things, subhanAllah, are something that connect our hearts back to the beloved. And then, of course, to be in the presence where knowledge is being taught. And, Sidi Mahdi mentioned so many wonderful things about our trip last year. Just the opportunity to walk not only in the footsteps of our beloved Messenger of Allah, alayhi salatu wasalam, but to be present in a place where all of the messengers were gathered, where all of the prophets were gathered, and the beloved Messenger of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, led them all in prayer. In addition to be able to go to our beloved mother Maryam, to go to not only where she has, would pray, but also where the karama that was given to her descended, in addition to where the angel Jibreel would come and give her the message of Isa alayhi salam. So every footstep that you're taking inside of that beloved place, when you're in Masjid al-Aqsa, you're walking in either in the footsteps of where a prophet was or where an angel was. So it's just a magnificent, wonderful opportunity, subhanAllah, to do that, to go into Jordan and to sit under what we would consider one of the living witnesses of the beloved Messenger of Allah, alayhi salatu wasalam, under his tree, right? This tree that was a living witness to the Prophet, alayhi salatu wasalam. When the Prophet inhaled, it was this tree that was providing oxygen. And when the Prophet exhaled, it was this tree, subhanAllah, that was a witness for that. And then, of course, to be able to go to Mecca and Medina to be where the Prophet ﷺ is, where he's laid to rest, subhanAllah. Every single moment of this trip is an opportunity for you to not only expiate your sin, an opportunity for you to draw nearer and closer to Allah with every inhale and with every exhale. It's an opportunity for you to be where the beloved has been, alayhi salatu wasalam. It's an opportunity for you to walk in their footsteps, not just on an external level, but also in an internal level. So again, those of you who won, those of you who are the winners, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you firdaus al-ala. May you be winners in this dunya and the akhirah. May it be a means by which your entire family, your entire progeny till Yawm al-Qiyamah is elevated. May this be a means by which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens up the doors of your transformation, of true freedom and true liberation. May this be the moment by which, subhanAllah, you excel to the ranks of the salihin wa salihat. Jazakumullahu khairan. Again, congratulations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unite us in the best of places. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Unmute myself. Okay. The next part here is selecting the remaining prizes for the entire group. Okay, so for example, if someone who is in the top 7 won a book just now, there is still a chance that one of these top 7 people could be upgraded in their gift or in their prize to a bigger prize if they get selected from the bigger fishbowl, or this is a ginger ale bowl, a ginger ale cup. Mashallah, they have very good ginger ale here, so I imagine this is for drinking ginger ale. And inshallah, what we're going to do next is have Samar, one of our Celebrate Mercy team members, select 10 names, and maybe Hasna, you can have the spreadsheet up now. You can share the spreadsheet somewhere. You can sit here, inshallah. No, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah. So Samar, mashallah, and maybe Samar, you can mention, you joined the trip last year. You want to say something about your experience?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Congratulations to all the winners. I'm so proud of all of you. MashaAllah, Mubarak. I went with my family actually last year, and it was one of the most amazing trips I've ever had. We saw some amazing places, maqams, with the most amazing teachers, and it was a completely life-enhancing journey. I mean, like, sometimes I still have dreams about it. Like, it was beautiful. I can't stress enough how wonderful it was. And the friends we made, we still are in touch daily with the same people that we traveled with. And mashallah, like I'm hoping to go again, inshallah, whenever I can. And I really hope that you guys all get a chance one day, inshallah, to join us on this journey, inshallah.
Great. So I will hold the cup for you, inshallah, okay, while you can select one at a time and read them off, and Hasna will update the spreadsheet here.
So this is for the leather shamil?
Yes, okay. 10 leather shamil books.
So one at a time? Okay, bismillah. Okay. Nashwa Mansoor. Mashallah.
Nashwa Mansoor. Mashallah.
Again.
And if you see a duplicate, you can just skip it and move on.
Yusra Kandil.
So Yusra already won a prize. She won a bigger prize, actually, in terms of the retail value. So we can go on to repeat for a second.
Yeah, okay, repeat for a second. Sure. Bismillah. Nail Zayed.
Nail Zayed, mashallah.
Rabia Beg.
Rabia Beg. She's also a duplicate.
Is she?
So she won in the top 7, a wooden sandal already. So we're gonna skip her. She had won a larger gift.
Bismillah. Oh, again, Nashwa Mansoor.
Okay.
So
we'll keep going.
Keep going. Bismillah. Again, Yusra Kandil.
Wow.
We're still on number 4 or number 3?
We're still on number 3 here, yeah.
Nosheen Beg.
Okay, Nosheen Beg. That's the new winner, mashallah. So we have 7 more books to go.
Bismillah. Aya Bedouin.
Yeah, Aya Bedouin, maybe? Yeah, mashallah.
Mashallah Mubarak. Hiba Kamal.
Heba Kamal, mashallah.
Mashallah. Adwa Silmi again.
Yeah, so we'll skip her,
Okay,
yeah.
skip.
She won the grand prize.
Cameron Neary.
Cameron Neary, mashallah. He's from the Knoxville community.
Sean Wally.
He had already won.
He won? Okay.
Yeah, he had already won before.
Abid Hasib.
Abid Hasib. Great. So we have 3 more of these books to go. We've selected 7 so far.
Anzar Wakar.
Anzar Wakar from the Vermont community.
Jamila Jabber.
Jamila Jabber.
Last one.
So we've had 9 book prizes so far. There's 1 more left.
I think it's a repeat again. Nosheen Beg.
Yeah, that's a repeat.
Let's do it.
And we do have like multiple names printed per person depending on how many points they received. So that's why there's repeats.
Repeat. Rabia Beg. Oh, Nashma Mansour.
Repeat.
There you go. Rukiya Hassan. Repeat.
Yeah. Obviously, the top 7 have the most repeats.
Bismillah. Rashda Chaudhry. Repeat.
Yeah, repeat.
Sean Wali. Rukiya Hassan. Nashwa Mansour. Getting a lot of repeats. Zainab Yunus.
Zainab Yunus, that's a new one.
Yeah.
Great, so that completes the 10 leather Shama'il books. Let's see here. We will just move on to the next 7 while we have Samar here in the books categories. We have a book here that I will show quickly. It's the Mecca to Medina Hijrah book by Sheikh Abdullah Al-Qadi. This is a book that is about, I believe, $80 retail value, but it's a photographic journey of the Hijrah route by Dr. Abdullah Al-Qadi in Saudi Arabia. It's a very detailed book in Arabic and English with photographs of every stop along the way of the Hijrah journey. It's a very, very beautiful book. It's a beautiful gift. And inshallah, we will now select, Hasna, you can show the spreadsheet. So we will select 7 names to win this prize, inshallah.
Rashda Chaudhry.
Repeat, yeah.
Repeat.
Yeah.
I know. Bismillah. Sumaya Sahin.
Sumaya Sahin. That's a new name that's being mentioned here, mashallah. Winner of the Hijrah book. 6 more
Yeah.
Hijrah books.
Abid Hasib.
We mentioned him already, yeah.
Fardusi Jay Girdar.
Yes, that's a new name.
That's a new
Okay.
name.
Mashallah.
Abid Hasib.
Abid Hasib, repeat.
Bismillah. Again.
Abid Hasib
Abid
again.
Hasib again. Bismillah. Rabia Beg.
Repeat.
Hiba Kamal.
That's repeat, I believe. Yeah, we
Oh,
had her earlier.
Okay. Hiba Kamal. Bismillah. Rabia Beg. Anzar Wakar.
We had him already,
him.
yeah.
Ramina Habib. I don't think we had her.
Ramina. Yes, that's new. Okay, good. So 4 more to go for this book.
Sheen Beg is a repeat. Yusra Kandil, repeat. Nashwa Mansoor, repeat. Niall Zaid, repeat, I think. Zainab Yunus, was that it?
That's a new name, I believe. Zainab Yunus?
Zainab Yunus.
No, or is it a new name? No, she was already selected for
yeah.
the leather shamels. Okay.
Jamila Jabber, that's
Already
a repeat.
had her, yeah.
Samer Khalid, I think this is
Yeah, Samer Khalid. That's another new name. MashaAllah. He was one of our top point receivers as well. He was, in the top 10 for sure.
Anzar Bakar, repeat.
Repeat.
Hiba Kamal, that was repeat, I think.
Repeat, yeah.
Nazia Khan.
That's a new one.
New one.
Nazia Khan.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more? 2 more.
2 more left in this category.
Mohseen Beg, repeat. Nazia Khan, repeat. Hira Malik.
Hira Malik. It's actually somewhere.
That's my cousin.
Yeah. Hira Malik. Okay. 1 more left of the Hijra books. And then that is the last of all the books actually that we're giving out as prizes.
Hiba Camel, repeat. Jamila Entrazi. I think
she got a leather shamel, so this is an upgrade for her. So she would win this one instead. Hasna, she would win the Hijra book instead of the leather shamel. So those in the top 7 can be upgraded to a bigger prize in this raffle. But you can only be upgraded once, so keep that in mind, okay? All right, so now I'm going to invite, thank you so much, Samar.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your help as well.
Good luck for all the
Yeah.
big ones, inshallah.
I'm going to invite Shaykh Mendes here to address our audience before we move on to some of the larger prizes. We have 10 more prizes to go, but we're very honored to have him. He joined our trip last year. He may join next year. We'll see, inshallah. And we're very honored to have him. He's the Imam at the Muslim Center of Greater Princeton, a well-known scholar and teacher around the world. And inshallah, we will invite him now to address the audience. And Hasna, we can show him full screen now on the presentation. Yeah. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah, the grace of Allah and His blessings. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. وأفضل الصلاة وتم التسليم على سيدنا مولانا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله الطاهرين وأصحابه المهتدين. We begin always seeking the blessing of the name of God, the loving, the compassionate. We ask that Allah send the best of blessings and most perfect of peace on his beloved and our leader, our teacher, Muhammad, and his family and his companions. Ameen, ameen, ameen. Again, I want to say to all of you, Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you, and congratulations to all of you. Not just the people whose names were chosen. All of you have been chosen, really, because you being here tonight on this webinar, you helping to raise funds for Celebrate Mercy. Allah chose you before he created the entire universe. We know this from the teachings of the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that everything is by the qada and qadr of Allah. Everything is by Allah's measuring and Allah's choosing and Allah's decree. And so Allah Ta'ala chose you to get the reward of helping people learn about his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through this incredible organization, Celebrate Mercy. So you are all winners. And the intention, just the intention with Giving Tuesday to earn this Umrah, or to rather not to earn it, but to embark on this minor pilgrimage, to embark on this ziyarah, this sacred visitation to Jerusalem and Medina, that itself makes you a winner. As we know from the sayings, the wisdom sayings of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, innama al-amalu bin-niyat wa innama likulli imri'in ma nawa, that actions are by intentions, and a person gets what they intend. And even if you don't make Umrah this particular year, next year, you have the reward by your intention. You have the reward of making Umrah, and we pray that Allah Ta'ala gives you success to realize that in the near future. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad said, "Niyatul mu'min ablagu min amalih," that the intention of a believer is more powerful. It's further reaching than their deeds. So do not belittle and do not deem insignificant your intention to visit the sacred cities of Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem. Again, you are all winners, and may Allah Ta'ala make us winners with paradise, that Allah gives its foes bil Jannah, winning, victory with paradise. I was blessed to join the Celebrate Mercy Isra Miraj Umrah tour group earlier this year, actually, it's not last year yet, and it was my second time in Jerusalem, and mashallah, it was really a life-transforming event for me. I can't put in words the feelings, the thoughts that came upon me as we came into Jordan, and we went to the blessed tree that Shaykha Ieasha Prime just described, as we visited the battlefield of Mu'ta and the maqams of Sayyidina Zayd ibn al-Haritha and Sayyidina Ja'far ibn Abi Talib al-Tayyar and other companions. When you go to these places that many of us read about in Sirah, we've heard about in sermons, it just puts a different perspective. It brings history to life, so to speak. And inevitably, when you go on such journeys, the people that you meet, unexpectedly, but of course by Allah's plan, you always meet people that bring something to you, say something to you that addresses whatever you're dealing with in life at that moment. We were also blessed to go to Wadi Rum, which was a Bedouin camp. It's a valley where there's a Bedouin camp that we visited, where being in nature, just stripped of a lot of the comforts that we're used to, it again puts you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was really a preparation for going to Jerusalem, going to Khalil, going to Bethlehem, and seeing, as Sidi Mahdi mentioned, these places and that where people mentioned in the Quran, that Allah mentions in the Quran, where they lived, where they worshiped, where they struggled, where they sacrificed, where many of them were abused and they were oppressed. We went to those places to gather inspiration, to gather light. And of course, being in Al-Aqsa, the Masjid Al-Aqsa, on the night of Isra and Miraj, there is nothing like it. There is nothing like seeing thousands of Muslims picnicking at Al-Aqsa, parades with children, praying Salatul Tasbih in the masjid at night, giving candy to the children, and really fellowshipping with hundreds of our Palestinian brothers and sisters, who's told all of us to let our brothers and sisters in America know, to let their brothers and sisters in America know that they want us to visit them. They want us to come to Palestine. They want us to come to Jerusalem over and over again. Brothers and sisters, this Umrah trip is unique because you don't just go to Mecca, Medina, you go to Jerusalem, which still has this ancient feeling. You can still feel the blessing of this place. It's not covered by marble. It's still very palpable, very tangible. And when we did go to Mecca, we did go to Medina, we didn't just perform our rituals and go shopping, for instance. We went and we had tours by people who are knowledgeable of Mecca and Medina. We went to the sacred sites and we performed those rituals with people like Shaykha Ieasha Prime and Shaykh Mahmoud and Ustadh Mahdy Amine, who really explained the significance of the tawaf and how to do it properly and with the right spirit and the sa'i. And it just makes Umrah different. And when you have companions like this, and lastly, I want to just say that Medina, when you're in Medina with someone like Ustadh Mahdy Amine, who is confirmed for the next Umrah trip, it just puts you in a completely different world, really. When you're in Medina of the Prophet ﷺ, and you have a brother like Mahdy Amine, whose heart is exploding, literally, exploding and overflowing with love and veneration for Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, it's contagious. It's contagious. When you go to Uhud and when you go to Masjid Quba and when you go to Masjid Qiblatain and you're hearing poetry and you're hearing these stories and you're getting the lessons from the teachers and listening to these sacred songs and nasheed and qasaid being recited, there's just no way that you're not going to return home a different human being. So may Allah Ta'ala bless all of those who are going, inshallah Ta'ala. And who's going? Allah's already written that. There are people that are going to be on this trip, inshallah, in March, who even Tariq has no idea who those people are yet. And so we pray that Allah Ta'ala makes this Isra Miraj Umrah a means for us to make our own personal night journeys and ascensions. Thank you so much for supporting this incredible organization. May Allah reward all of you who are part of Giving Tuesday, which by the way, is an incredible effort. I just want to say one thing about Giving Tuesday. Why is there this movement called Giving Tuesday? It started in 2012. People saw that there was a lot of focus on eating and spending around Thanksgiving, and they wanted to, after Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they really wanted to start the shopping season that goes, from Black Friday to the New Year with a global movement of generosity. And so that's how Giving Tuesday was born. And may Allah Ta'ala reward the organizers for making Celebrate Mercy a part of that. May Allah bless Launchgood for being a part of that. So thank you so much. Keep us all in your prayers and our families. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much to Shaykh Mendes. I don't know if he mentioned this, but he, Jerusalem is actually where he became Muslim. And when he joined us, he told that story in Arabic to all of the local Palestinians of how he first entered Islam as a 16-year-old, right, at the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. It was kind of a full circle, no pun intended. MashaAllah. So that moment, I'll never forget that moment. And it brought everyone that was there to tears when he was telling that story, MashaAllah. So we're very blessed and this community is so blessed to have him. And may Allah elevate him, bless him and his family. His wife also joined us last year, MashaAllah, a very blessed teacher as well. So we're going to move on to the next category, which is 5 wooden sandals. We have 10 prizes left. This is, I think, maybe the last physical prize, or maybe there's one more calligraphy, and then we're going on to 2 trips. So let me, if Hasna, if you can share the spreadsheet here. And I'm going to invite Tariq, our brother, who's the host here. This is his home, mashallah, Tariq and Humaira. Humaira Baji, if you can come as well, we'd love to have you join us here, if possible, for the final selection of prizes, inshallah. Now, please be patient with the selection of prizes because obviously some of you had your name in the bowl in this cup 20 times. There's a total of about 398 names being repeated, in this because of how many, depending on how much you fundraised and how well you fundraised. So some people I think are in there 8 times, some people are in there 20 times. So there's a lot of repeats coming out. Please be patient with that. We're almost to the end here. And so Brother Tariq, please have a seat here to. Yes.
My son Dean is going to join us.
Yes, we'll have him select some too, inshallah.
Family effort.
Okay, he just selected Cameron, so he had already won a prize. So we'll keep going here. He's a repeat, Cameron Neary. Ramina Habib, I believe she had already won one. Yes, let's keep going. Rashda Chowdhury, she had already won one as well, I believe. Yes, okay. Sean Welly had already won one as well. Sean Welly again. Ruqayya Hassan again. I think Ruqayya Hassan, she will be upgraded to the wooden sandal, mashallah. So she went from the leather shama'il to the wooden sandal just now. Okay. Ruqayya Hassan again. Abid Hasib. Yusra Kandil. And I think Yusra already had a more valuable prize, okay? Jamila Aintrazi. Yes, so she had already won in this, she had already been upgraded. Hiba Kamal. So Hiba Kamal had already, yes, she had already won one. No upgrade there. Nazia Khan, I believe that's a new name here. Nazia, or is it? No, she had already won a Hijra book. Okay. Ramina Habib, Jamila Jabir. Hasna, you can upgrade automatically if needed. Yusra Kandil. Yusra Kandil again. Fathullah Hamid. Fathullah Hamid. I think that's a new name here. Yeah. Yes. MashaAllah. So he wins one of these $400 wooden sandals. We have 3 more sandals left. Fadwa Silmi, no upgrade there. Samir Khalid, I don't believe this is, no, there's no upgrade there. Sean Wali, yeah, no upgrade there. Fadwa Silmi again. Fathullah Hamid again. Rabia Beg again. Jamila again, Jamila Antrazi. Nazia Khan again. Aya Bedwan, I think she had been selected earlier. Fardousi, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing the name. I had already won a Hijra book. Yeah. Aiza Fayyaz.
Yeah, that's a new one.
New one. Okay. 2 more sandals to go here. Fardousi again. Hiba Kamal again. Abid Hasib again. Sumaya Sahin again. Oh, this is a new one. This is Hannah Al-Masidi. I know this name. This is my little sister in high school in Tennessee, mashallah. So she wins a wooden sandal for her room, mashallah. So I better see this on the wall the next time I come home, inshallah. Congratulations, Hannah, mashallah. And just a note about Hannah is that she actually collected the least amount of money she actually got 22 people to give $3. It was like the lowest average, but mashallah, with $66 raised, she won a $400 prize. Mashallah, she did a great job. Samir Khalid. I think he has already been selected. Fathullah again. Hira Malik again. She already won one. Yusra Kandil again. Nausheen Beg has already been selected. Fadwa Silmi. So we're also eliminating names here. Rashta Chowdhury. Nashwa Mansoor. Samir Khalid. Fadwa Silmi. Fathullah Hamid. Jamila Jabir. Samir Khalid. Yusra Kandil. Samir Khalid. A lot of these are repeats. Cameron Neary.
So mashallah, now we have everybody has won something. All
Yeah.
26.
Fardousi. Fardousi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has one.
Nausheen Beg. Hira Malik. Samir Khalid.
So everybody has won a gift, a prize, and among the top 7, we have the 2 wooden sandals are the lowest prize. So are we moving on to the next prizes?
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually, because yes, that is a good point, because we're already done with the wooden sandal prize. So we're going to move on to the 1 calligraphy piece. I guess only a couple of people can be upgraded to the calligraphy piece, right? So it's basically Rabia Beg or Sean Wali who can win this upgrade, inshallah. So I'm going to hold this for Tariq. Whichever one comes first. No, Sumaya, Hannah Al-Masidi, Samir Khalid, Yusra Kandil, Nail Zayed, Cameron Neary, Aya Bedwan, Sumaya Sahin, Rabia Beg. Rabia Beg wins the Haji Nuruddin piece. MashaAllah. Okay. So, what does that leave us with here? One calligraphy piece, 1 conference trip. And the only person that can win that is, I believe, Yusra Kandil, right?
Sean Wali has not been upgraded either.
Yes. Okay, so it's either Sean Wali or Yusra Kandil or Sean Wali, Yusra Kandil, can win the conference trip. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Aya Bidwan, Rabia Baig, Jamila Aintrazi, Fathullah Hamid, Nausheen Baig, Yusra Kandil, Hiba Kamal, Nashwa Mansour, Hira Malik, Fadwa Silmi, Zainab Yunus, Fathullah Hamid, Ruqayya Hassan, Hira Malik, Rabia Baig, Cameron Neary, Fadwa Silmi, Samir Khalid, Jamila Jabir, Rabia Baig, Abid Hasib, Nail Zayed, Yusra Kandil, Ruqayya Hassan.
No, you got Yusra Kandil, so she would be upgraded from the calligraphy piece to the conference trip.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
And then we can move on to the bigger ones.
So what will happen here basically is that we have, one of these two people, either Sean Wali or Rushda Chowdhury, one of these two people is going to win the Jerusalem trip, and the other person, so we're down to two people basically, and two prizes left. It's either going to be Rushda Chowdhury who wins the Jerusalem trip, and Sean Wali winning the big trip, or vice versa, basically. So the first of these two names that we select is going to win a Jerusalem-only trip. We'll see how long it takes. No, not this name. It's not one of the two. Not this name. Not this name. I'm looking for Sean or Rushda. Not this name. 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 We're quickly eliminating here. Not this name. Not this name. A lot of names in here. Wait a minute. This is one of the names. So the person who wins Jerusalem only is Sean Wali, which means that the winner of the grand prize, the second Umrah trip, is Rushda Chowdhury. Now, I want to say something about this. This is amazing. Sister Rushda, I have to say something about her, because we have two sisters winning these two trips. Sister Rushda was actively, I remember this, Sister Rushda was actively messaging me saying, who is struggling to reach 24 points? I want to donate to them. She was actively looking for people and saying, who is complaining in the WhatsApp group about not having enough friends, not having enough people? And she was searching out people to get into the raffle. She was helping others get into the raffle, and she was donating on their unique links, and she ends up winning the grand prize. Subhanallah. Hal jaza'ul ihsan illa al-ihsan. Your capital does not decrease from charity. And look at that, subhanallah. Your capital does not decrease from charity. So we've had two, in my view, in my opinion, I've seen two miracles happen tonight. I've seen a sister who, before she even knew she was in the top 7 raffle, said, I had a dream last night that someone brought the black stone to my house and I kissed it. And the second sister is someone who is actively searching for people who are not in the raffle to help them get in and not lose hope. That's amazing. And I can't, subhanAllah, I cannot wait to join these two sisters on this trip and ask them to make dua for me, inshallah. So I really want to thank everyone who has joined us here. And again, innamal a'malu binniyat. Your actions are by intention. And all of you intended to join this trip. And some of you may still join the trip. You can still sign up for it. And we do, by the way, we do have some scholarship opportunities for this trip as well. So inshallah, maybe you'll join next year. Maybe you'll join a future trip. Inshallah, you will. But you all get rewarded for joining the trip through your intentions. So we want to thank everyone for joining. We're going to have to reevaluate how do we do this next year? Like maybe how do we get out the repetitions from the process? Because I know that took a very long time. So thank you for your patience. This was the first time we did a contest like this for Giving Tuesday with all these rules and these different ways. We tried to be as fair as possible. Forgive us for our shortcomings in how we approached it, inshallah. And just remind your friends, inshallah, that our year-end campaign is still active. You can still go to launchgood.com/CM. We've raised about 75% of our year-end goal. So we hope we can close the gap before the end of the year. And you can go to our LaunchGood page and see different gifts that donors receive, including the Shama'il gift that you get for donating $100. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you all for joining. We're very blessed to have blessed company here. And we pray that all of us can gather in celebration together on the day of judgment with our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by our side and joining hand in hand with him and enter Jannah together. Thank you all so much. It could be $3 that you raised, but that $3 may make the difference in someone's heart, in someone's life, in turning someone's heart to fall in love with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't belittle any amount that you raised, because it could be $3 that makes the difference for someone to join a program and their life to be changed and their descendants' lives to be changed. And don't belittle any amount that you raised or any prize that you received. Inshallah, you had the intention to visit Allah's house, to visit his Prophet, to visit these sacred sites. And inshallah, you'll be blessed and rewarded with that intention. Jazakumullah khair. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And we hope you'll join us again in the future for future programs and contests.